Ocean views, small circle, it's a chosen few. I wrote it down and I followed through. I bought a pound and we rode the few. I talk shit, but she know it's true. Ocean views, small circle, it's a chosen few. I wrote it down and I followed through. I bought a pound and we rode the few. I talk shit, but she know it's true. Yeah, early morning off that flight though. We go hard, then get right, bro. It seems simple, that's not life though. 10 years later, I'm alright though. These niggas act like they don't like though. They be mad cause niggas shine bright.
Golly, man, we did a Nipsey celebration yesterday. They had a celebration of Nipsey Hussle yesterday. A Rest in Paradise King. You had a beautiful ceremony. I thought it was lovely. It was one of the realest funerals I had ever seen in my life. I thought that was incredible. A lot of important people were there, man. If you didn't see it, you gotta check it out. It was a lot of love for the Nipsey Hussle celebration to Paradise. So, RIP again, King. We got some good stuff on the docket today, though. That energy is high, real high. To my left, I got my guy Grant, our engineer, Alex, Tave, your host. We love you guys. We miss you guys. We got a lot of good feedback from the weekend content that we put out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Continue to check that out. That's coming every weekend, baby. We excited about it.
Yeah, and then this is the first one since the championship, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And PTAS won, correct?
Oh yes. So shout out to Nick Potasnik for the $300 winner. Super excited about it. Looking to give that away to him today or tomorrow, whichever fits in his availability. So we're definitely giving him that money. We're super ecstatic about that. We're looking to do something for the NBA playoffs, which starts this weekend. It's kind of a short notice, so we don't know if we can get enough people into the group. But if we can make some things happen, that's what we're looking to do. We're gonna look to continue to give these donations out, man. Some love from us at 110.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing to bless people, man, and keep people in tune with what we got going on.
What we got going on?
Hey, because we got some stuff.
I got real quick on the tournament, the brackets. I got a hilarious tweet or message from Drew after the Auburn game because he would have won had Auburn pulled that out, and I get a message from him and it says, I lost $300 in a fucking double dribble no call. How was your day? So
man, hey Drew, we wanted you to win, man. I was paying attention to what was going on.
He has a tough time with
all
the sports. Whatever he roots for in sports, just kind of heartbreaking.
Hey man, if you guys don't know Drew, man, he's a big fan.
He's a Georgia fan, a Bulldogs fan. He's an Atlanta Falcons fan. You guys can do the math there.
Man. Hey, Drew, shoot us your information, man, so we can tell our people to follow you, like you, on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you are, man, Instagram. This is a big fan, diehard fan, just sports in general. It's exciting. I love passionate fans. I know Grant does because he's one.
Oh yeah, baby.
Especially this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Especially this weekend. I know y'all know what's going on this weekend. Now, listen, man. I know a lot of people say that this 8-8 thing, if you don't know what that is, people, subscribers, that is the spring game. The spring game is nothing but a red white game.
Yeah. Well, they have like 15 practices and a scrimmage at the end.
Absolutely. But the importance of a red white game, or whatever your alma mater is, or your school's color.
Yeah, some teams do like mascots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the good thing about it is you are able to kind of gauge how much talent y'all have on the offensive end and the defensive end. I mean, you don't get to see much. It's kind of, the play calling is pretty vanilla. No blitzes and, no.
Yeah. It's like but you get a first peek at the early enrollees.
Absolutely.
You get a first peek at, like, for teams like Nebraska, they're second year under their coach, second year. A lot of teams are have no idea who their quarterback is yet. That's always fun.
Right. Right. Auburn is in that predicament right now.
You also get, like, again, for Nebraska specifically, we get to see what the team actually you get to see. You can't really tell a lot from, like, execution or anything like that, but you can see what type of athletes you got.
Yes.
And, how physical you are, how, those types of things. You can get a nice little baseline. But
I think that for Nebraska fans, they're really excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
Darian Daniels guy, lineman that came from Oklahoma State. He was a transfer from there. So they're super excited about him. They're excited also about Cam Taylor.
Oh, we're excited.
Looking at his versatility.
I mean, everyone's most excited to see Adrian Martinez. We were excited to see Wan'Dale Robinson, the huge recruit out of Kentucky. Not literally. He's actually, he's built like.
But I don't think he's going to play.
No, he's not playing.
Play this year. I think he's going to redshirt.
Oh no, Wan'Dale's going to start.
Is he?
Oh yeah, the coach is super impressed with him already. He's going to start.
They may have him something.
Hey,
if you haven't seen him, he's a gifted kid.
He reminds you a lot of Rondale Moore. Just from, like, I watched both their high school tapes. They compare well from there. Obviously, Rondale Moore had, like, 114 catches and, like, 1,200 yards receiving. So I'm not saying he's him, but that's the comparison. A guy like that, all-purpose back, kind of like maybe, if you're a little older, maybe like a Darren Sproles type. But
yeah, he's a scat back for sure.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna use him as yeah. Basically, what J.D. Spielman does is what they're gonna have him be doing. So, and then we've got our starting tight end out. J.D. Spielman's out. Wan'Dale Robinson's out. Caleb Tanner.
Yeah, and you're gonna see that a lot with these spring games. Yeah. I know guys that you're looking at your favorite team and you're wondering why they're not participating in this game. It's still a practice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's still a practice that allows the fans the ability to come in and kind of gauge where they are. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that Nebraska's biggest question mark is their defense. They offense were able to put up points. Their defense can stop anybody. So
except for Michigan State, baby.
Yeah, that was.
They got better. But no, they couldn't
couldn't stop a nosebleed. Their defense was terrible. Auburn, as far as Auburn guys, I'm excited to see about the quarterback situation.
You guys got
Auburn
3, right? You got Bo Nix, Joey Gatewood,
and Malik Willis,
number 14 for last year.
Malik Willis.
Isn't there a fourth one?
We do. He's
like a freshman or a redshirt freshman.
He's a sophomore. He's 26 years old. Court Saisberg.
Oh yeah, okay. But he was like a 4-star recruit, wasn't he, or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't really pay much attention to him. I like Bo Nix though. I'm a big Bo Nix fan.
I watched.
Bo Nix can throw that ball. Big Bo.
Yeah, and I watched Gatewood I think he played in the Under Armour All-American game.
Gatewood is Gatewood is a special player.
He was one of the, you watch those high school games and, like, I was watching that to watch Maurice Washington. Right. And he was one of your typical ones where it's like skinny kid, you could tell he needs to spend some time in the weight room before he's really, but Gatewood, when he walked out there, it's like, that is an impressive.
He's a special kid.
Yeah. That's a physically built 17-year-old.
Yeah. Out of Florida, man. I'm excited about seeing him play because I really believe the reason Malik Willis didn't get on the field last year is because they didn't want to burn. They didn't want to. I should say that they did they redshirt him because they wanted to redshirt him the first year. Last year, now he's going into a sophomore season officially.
I mean, that's a huge thing now. That's
It is.
You don't want to. I mean, that must mean that they like him.
Yeah.
If they don't want to waste the year.
But I think that what can happen is he could lose his position to Joey Gateway. And I think that's going to happen. I think Joey Gatewood is going to take that position.
Yeah. But I mean, that Willis guy is
he's special.
He could play all
special.
kinds of positions.
Yeah, he's a special kid.
He looks honestly looks like a receiver.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Just to throw off a few teams, guys. We have Alabama that's also playing their 8A game at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Expect Tua to take a drive.
You're gonna see that. You're gonna see what they're working with. You got Florida at 1 Eastern Standard Time. Kentucky at 6. Mississippi State, Missouri, Tennessee, Texas A&M, and the American Conference. You got UCF. In the Independent Conference, you have Notre Dame.
The UCF one will be fun.
Yeah, that is at 2:30.
Is Milton back for that?
No, he's not. He's not going to participate in that.
Okay.
So, and I wouldn't want him to.
I wouldn't either, but I was hoping, it was one of those things where he had a freakish recovery time. We could see it,
Right.
Hopefully he's walking around all right now.
I'm going to tell you, I think that one interesting team is going to be Stanford to kind of see what they got going on.
They're always interesting.
The reason why is because they lost Bryce Love.
Yep.
Bryce Love is gone.
But he had a pretty disappointing year.
Yeah, he did. He really did. You want to see who's going to back him up. Then you have the quarterback KJ
Costello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to see if he gets better.
Those Stanford quarterbacks just kind of ever since really Harbaugh left, I don't really see them develop that well anymore. I
agree.
Kevin Hogan was probably their best one, right?
Yeah.
Since then, but he just he kind of showed up and was already that good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was.
And he had that goofy throwing motion that they never seemed to.
I hated that.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with their quarterbacks up there, but they, anymore, they really remind me of Wisconsin, where they just, who I've got to watch out. I got to watch their game this year because they got that Graham Mertz kid coming in, who's like a 5-star.
Yes. He can ball.
Yeah.
He can ball.
It was to the point where Hornibrook already entered the transfer portal. Their 3-year starter.
Yeah, you knew. Well, he knew. He knew that this was a big time player. I thought he was the big time player in high school.
Well, he was the MVP of the All-American game, right?
Yep. Big Ten, we got Illinois, Indiana, Michigan is at 5 p.m., Minnesota at noon. Minnesota. Nebraska's at 2 Eastern Standard Time. Ohio State is at noon. Penn State is at 3 p.m. Rutgers.
All of those are good. All the Big Ten ones are going to be pretty interesting.
Nobody watches Rutgers.
No.
We also have, which is I think people are going to be excited about this. We have the Big 12. We got Baylor, Kansas State, Oklahoma is at 8:30 p.m. That is a prime time hour.
Well,
that's a prime time hour.
There's the spring games this year are for the heavyweights are going to be real interesting.
Well,
because you got quarterback change at Oklahoma, got quarterback change at Ohio State, got a quarterback change at Penn State, you got a quarterback change at Auburn, you got
West Virginia.
That's
going to be big too. West Virginia is going to be big because losing Will Grier.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Well, and then you've got Michigan. I'm sure they've got to replace a bunch of people on defense.
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
I
think that's what we really want to see from Michigan, though.
Yeah.
We really want to see what Michigan does defensively.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, when you lose Bush and then you lose Gary.
Yep. Those are your two guys.
Oh man.
Those were and then they lost what the hell was his name? Basinovich or something like that? The dude with the long blonde hair?
Yeah, linebacker.
Yeah. Well, he played he was like a rush in.
Yep. So he played outside linebacker. Yep. He was a good player. I like him.
Yeah, no, he was.
Yeah, he played with a lot of heart. But Oklahoma, though, 830.
That's huge. You got
Jalen Hurts.
Spencer Rattler, Jalen Hurts, and is that his name, Spencer Rattler? The incoming freshman?
Yes.
Yeah. They got him, Jalen Hurts, and then who's the other dude?
Well, they lost that Goodwin kid. No, that Brown kid. Brown.
I wasn't sure.
The one that came, Antonio Brown's cousin.
Oh yeah, no, he's going. Yeah, okay.
They
You're
lost
talking
him.
about. I was just talking about quarterback. Yeah, no, they lost him. Is Robbie Anderson coming back?
I don't know.
Or Rodney?
I don't know.
And then you got. I think they lost their tight end, Calcaterra. I think he went pro.
Don't know much
I don't
about
know.
Oklahoma, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch them that much, but
But
you want to talk about a defense that couldn't stop a nosebleed?
Oklahoma couldn't.
No, they were
At all.
awful.
They couldn't stop anybody. They couldn't stop anybody. And, I mean, they were horrible. But with Jalen Hurts, I think that's going to give him a little bit more, a better balance. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Jalen allows you the ability to run the ball and throw the ball.
Yep.
With Kyler Murray, it was just quick. Jalen is kind of a
Baker Mayfield was the same way too, and I think we talked about it when he announced that he was transferring there. I think it gives him a different skill set to really control the clock.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
If you can take possessions away from other teams, that will really cover up your deficiencies on defense.
Right.
That was when Bo Pelini first came to Lincoln, that was a huge part of his game plans. It took a long time for the defense to catch up, so he was just holding the ball for 30 minutes.
Well, the good thing about it is it works.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like it works. It works to your advantage because the important thing about getting Jalen for Oklahoma was the fact Jalen he will put you in a position to succeed on every drive.
Yeah.
But Oklahoma defense, their defense doesn't. Like their defense will fall. The good thing about the way Jalen complements them is by allowing them to gain that time of possession.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So your defense only has to be really good for two or three. I would say about 4 or 5 drives.
Yeah. Well, and then when you have an offense like that, you really only need to. I mean, in a game, Oklahoma, if their defense gets 4 to 5 stops the whole game,
right,
they've got to be pretty confident that they're going to win.
Absolutely.
They're probably pretty confident if they only get 3.
Yeah, because they're going to control without question.
They're going to score.
Yeah, without question. They're going to control the time of possession. You're gonna have a great balance between the two. From the getting a little bit of Jalen, getting a little bit of your running back.
Well, and
he can throw the ball all across the field.
Yeah.
So
and Lincoln Riley's found himself a perfect situation for the incoming 5-star because Jalen Hurts is a proven team first guy.
Yep.
Everyone else would have transferred right away
without question.
I won't say everyone else, but 90% of the kids these days. Tate Martell. Excuse me, bitch. That guy.
What didn't he go to Miami?
Yeah, he went to Miami after talking a whole bunch of shit to Justin.
I don't even think he's gonna start.
Justin Fields.
I don't even think he's gonna.
Is that his name?
Yeah. You're gonna get to see him this weekend too.
Yep. Boo him. Boo this man. But Jalen's gonna come in. He's gonna, I don't think you're gonna lose anything from the leadership standpoint that you had with Murray and Mayfield. Like Mayfield, say what you want. You can like him, not like him. His team loved him. Kyler Murray, team loved him.
Right.
And a lot of the time, when a freshman comes in, that can create issues. I don't think he's going to have the perfect guy to learn from in Jalen Hurts, and someone that he can rely on to be there for him, as a teammate and a friend and a mentor. So I think it's perfect.
I believe it is too. I think that without question, you're going to see. I think that Oklahoma is ready for a man like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I didn't think that don't get me wrong. I thought that Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Well, I should say Baker. Just Baker Mayfield. He kind of had a little immaturity in him, still. But I think that Jalen is that perfect.
I just think everyone, and I think it's a perfect situation for him too.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, as far as like quarterback, best quarterback schools, as far as the coaches they have in place, I mean, until last year it was Ohio State. Clemson is another one. Like Dabo is, I think that's probably his most underrated and least talked about fucking quality is how, like, look at the quarterbacks that he's had.
Yes,
like Taj Boyd, Kelly Bryant, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence. Those
that's probably that's a great quarterback.
Yeah,
right there.
And I mean,
I was a fan of Taj Boyd. I mean, he was a bigger dude, but I was a fan.
Well,
of him.
And he originally had Chad Kelly.
He did.
So that would have been another one.
Got in that trouble. They slipped him to JUCO. And then he went to Ole Miss.
Yep. And then you got Lincoln Riley. Then you got I would, as far as quarterback gurus, I would put Scott Frost up there just because he's had Marcus Mariota, McKenzie Milton, and now Adrian Martinez. Those are his last three quarterbacks. So I think that's great.
What about Saban though? Saban he had Tua. He had Parker. He had what's the other kid name?
Parker.
Yeah, this was years ago.
I mean,
what was it? Was the one where the kid that went to Cincinnati?
AJ McCarron.
AJ McCarron.
Yeah,
one of the best quarterbacks in college football statistically.
Yeah, I just wouldn't put him in the elite tier.
Well, you can't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's too many quarterbacks matching up with what Clemson has.
Yeah,
because Clemson has not. Deshaun Watson. Watson. That's Trevor Lawrence kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, without question, they're the first round.
I mean, Nick Saban is definitely, in the top 30, 40, whatever, top 25, top 20 probably. But I mean, his greatness is, he's the number one defensive coach, obviously, but his greatness extends past that. They're just so loaded, and they've always had trouble with the quarterback, so I wouldn't put them there. But
shit, I thought it was the kickers.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no. Alabama's kickers are wow. Well, we got Barrett Pickering, who's the number one kicker. He went to Hoover. Yeah. It's like, you guys have a kicking problem. Why not just throw the fucker a scholarship?
They didn't want to.
No.
I know it's not happening.
You can't. You have to have 9 5-star running backs. You can't have 8 5-star running backs.
Hey, speaking of Nick Saban though, he was in the news this week for some comments made. Did you see this?
I did.
What did you think about this?
Well, I think it's a coach who's kind of realizing that.
Okay, wait a minute. We got, for the people that don't know.
Nick Saban basically came out and I wouldn't say blasted players. He blasted the trend.
He did.
What he said and what I feel about it were different. But he, basically his whole thing is that players are hurting themselves. From what he's saying, he says he's against players leaving early because it hurts them in the long run because they're leaving money on the table, et cetera, et cetera. Agents are getting paid. Clubs are paying less money for them, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And he says, this is the direct quote. So the agent makes out, the club makes out. Now they've got a guy who's going to play for that kind of money for 3 more years, all right? And he said that kind of money, third round money.
Because he's talking about Rodney Harrison.
Yeah, he's talking specifically about Rodney Harrison.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, and everyone's out there saying, well, you got to get to your next contract. Well, obviously there's only 50% of these guys, there's obviously 50% of these guys that are never getting to a next contract.
That's crazy.
And that doesn't mean the rest of them got to one either.
Right. So, and I think the big thing about that, because initially when I heard it, because I actually saw what Ronnie Harrison said first about basically keep my name out your mouth. And coaches want to be too involved or something like that. So when I initially read that, I had to go see what Nick Saban had said. And when I read what Nick said about players being drafted in the 3rd round, 5th round, 7th round, and being undrafted, and these players leaving tons of money on the table and making these clubs pay cheaper prices, if they just stay in school, they'll, essentially get anywhere from $15 to $18 million. I thought that was.
I mean, you can argue that, but the reality of that is also like
relatively
super low.
Yes.
Rarely you got guys who obviously make huge jumps and come out of nowhere and get drafted in the 1st round. Mm-hmm. Whatever. But that when you're talking about kids who are getting 5th, 6th, 7th round draft grades when they're a junior, they're probably gonna get 4th, 5th, 6th round draft grades as a senior, unless they
have an explosive year.
Exactly.
I mean, it's hard to.
Not to mention all the ones who lose out on that chance to injury. That's
Well, that was my big issue. I mean, you have to think about the injury. Now, people will say, well, you can go outside and get injured tomorrow. Okay, get it, got it, whatever. But my question to you is this: how much money you make in college last year?
Yeah, and how many opportunities? Like he says, for that kind of money, it's bad money. Look, maybe compared to NFL players, it's bad money, but compared to every other normal person,
it's good money.
That's money that you might not ever be able to obtain again.
Anywhere from $3 to $5 million.
You might not make that if in the rest of your life combined.
Because that's even though you're. This is the thing too, though. As a first round talent, you kind of have a short leash.
Yeah.
You can't just be bad for 3 years.
Yep.
They get gone.
I mean, you have the
practice squad, or
they'll hold on to you for those 3 years most likely, but
they pay too much money.
Yeah, just because they're paying you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they want to see if they can get something out of you. But if you're making $2 or $3 million or $3 or $5 million, they don't mind holding on to you. I mean, you're seeing that right now with one of the key players, which was funny to me, is the Patriots are doing that with John Jones. No, is it John Jones? Jones from Auburn. So what happened is he came in just a practice squad guy initially, and then after that, he get moved to the kicking team, and then they put him on the field to play cornerback. Well, they don't mind the $3 million that they're paying him or $2 million that they're paying him just to see where he fits. They give him a contract for $40 million on his next contract because of the fact that all the work he's done up until this point. But you don't take a first round player and put him on the kicking team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You normally take that first round player and focus him on the position that you need him at, which is whether that's defensive position or offensive position. I think that it's hard for you to. It's hard. I think it's hard as a coach, any coach, to tell a player that came from some of the places that these kids come from.
Yeah.
Well, that you shouldn't pursue your dreams to get paid because they're not making any money in college. Now, Nick Saban said his recruiting pitch to kids now is totally different. He tells kids, "Hey, you come to college for what's after football. You come to get your degree because it's life after football." And I get that too. But you also see players that go to the league, go back to college and get that degree. Now it's harder, but you see that. Cam Newton did it. He went back to Auburn. He had been in college for 2 years. Went back to Auburn.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
Yeah, because he went to Florida first. Got kicked out after that in the second year. Going into the second year, went to Blinn, and then after that he goes to Auburn.
Yeah,
he graduates from Auburn, so it's possible. But to say that a kid is just throwing his life away, that's hard to say that. That's hard to say. It's really hard to say.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Call it shit.
Yeah, because you're talking about okay. So your point is if they leave early, they might not make it past 3 years, right? That's basically what he's saying.
Right.
So that would put the kid anywhere between 23 to 25. So you're telling me at 23 to 25, there's not a place for you in college again?
That's crazy.
It's insane. And I have a problem with what he's saying for 2 reasons. One, it's not that much money to you because you make $10 million a year. Or whatever.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
2, where did you coach before you went to Alabama? Did you leave LSU for the Dolphins? Was that a thing? Yeah? Okay. So what about that?
Well, I mean that says it all, because
tells me he's not really about the kids.
It wasn't. It was about the numbers. It was about the figures.
And you're calling out a kid who got a 3rd round grade. I would if you're a junior and you have a 3rd round or higher grade and you leave, I have absolutely no problem with that.
That's a good grade to me.
Yeah. That's go. If that's the best decision for you, go, because it's a violent sport, and once you hit the top 3 rounds, I don't think there's any reason for you to risk it, unless you truly believe in your and there's if it's your goal to go back to college, then yeah. But if you're just looking at will my stock improve, I mean, it's more likely that it won't. It'll decline. That's just the reality.
Right.
It's one of the most. You're talking about there's freaking. This year there was the most underclassmen declared, right?
Yeah.
And it was like
history.
Yeah, and it was like 179.
Yep.
So you figure there's going to be about 150 more next year. Yep. Half of which are going to probably be guys who just become starters, who are sophomores, and then they go into their junior year, they start, and then they blow everyone's socks off, kind of like what Bryce Love did. Bryce Love is actually a perfect example of all this.
Yes.
Because
he is.
If he would have left last year, he would have been a 2nd or 3rd round pick.
And then he stayed, and then injury bug.
He had a disappointing season, and that's not. He clearly wasn't right, and you're talking. I don't even think it might not even get drafted.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
I don't see him getting drafted.
Yeah, and if he does, it's a late round. It's a late round 6, 7 pick.
Yeah,
if that, and I thought he was just as good as McCaffrey. It's from a versatility standpoint.
How versatile he was. I mean, he's just.
Yeah.
He just wasn't he's a little bit smaller, and he's not built as he's not as stocky,
He isn't, but he's shifty.
Yeah, but McCaffrey had I just feel like he had stronger legs,
and he had better breakaway speed too, though.
Who, Love or
McCaffrey?
Yeah,
I thought he once he gets going, it's gonna be hard to catch him.
Yeah, I think Love had good initial burst, and then but he would get hawked. You'd see that.
You would see that quite frequently.
Yeah, well, I think that's how he screwed up his ankle. Someone caught him from behind and rolled on it.
It was.
Yeah,
that's what happened. This is a perfect segue into going and talk about the draft, into this Nick Bosa situation. If you guys don't know, so what happened was Nick Bosa. It's projected
Manga
to go
Nick.
one of the top three picks.
He's universally he's heralded as the best player in the draft. It's one of those years where the best player is not going to go 1 probably, but that's all the experts say he's the best player in the draft.
Right, that's exactly right. That's without question.
Yeah, and I would, just from a player standpoint, I 100% agree.
Well,
but
Kyler
he's a dickhead.
Kyler Murray, it seems like he's going to go first.
He will.
And then you have the 49ers, the Jets, the Raiders, and the Bucs in the top 5, right? So what happened was Nick Bosa was in the past. I guess he was with Ohio State when this happened. He said that he's a big MAGA supporter, big Donald Trump supporter.
Yeah, he tweeted a picture of Donald Trump and Ronald Reagan, said goats.
Yeah, greatest of all time, huh? So he's a big MAGA supporter, but people are questioning a few things, and he deleted some tweets. So the initial tweet that he deleted was basically a retweet from Donald Trump about Colin Kaepernick. Then he called Kaepernick a clown. So people continue to view his tweets. He said Beyonce was trash. That was crazy as fuck to me. And then he said that Black Panther
was the worst Marvel movie ever.
Let me tell you something. I watched Ant-Man.
Well, Daredevil happened. And Daredevil was a movie that happened.
Daredevil did happen.
And that was...
Me and Tom was talking about that last night. Daredevil was trash.
Yeah, the movie... Yeah, the Ben Affleck movie was... That was
terrible.
Fucking Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
Oh my God. That was a terrible movie.
That was terrible. The Hulk movies were bad.
Hey, bro. When he said that was the worst movie, I was like, wait. Me and Tom pulled it up. I said, wait a minute. I said, Daredevil? I said, bro, that Ant-Man was trash. I thought Ant-Man was terrible.
I liked Ant-Man. You didn't like it? The first one or the second one?
The second one.
Yeah, I didn't like the second one.
The second one was terrible.
I didn't like the second Guardians of the Galaxy either.
Oh, I didn't like the second Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
And I didn't like none of the Hulks. The last few.
Yeah, no. With Edward Norton and Eric Bana.
No.
Yeah, no. They were... No. Those were garbage. I mean, hands down, Daredevil is the worst.
Yeah.
You can't argue that.
Without question,
Daredevil. You can't tell me that Black Panther is worse than Daredevil. You can't. Because
then,
if you say it is, then it's just like, well, then you're a racist. Obviously.
That's what it is to me. I think that without question. If you thought Black Panther was the worst movie ever, something. Okay, I can give you that. But when you say Beyonce was trash, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
Beyonce. She trash.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, listen, man. I watched Beyonce, just do a live performance, and I was like, man, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you didn't feel as though you did anything wrong, why would you delete it? The problem is going to be the way the locker room presence is going to affect his situation.
Oh,
especially when the 49ers, they go after you. You may have a bumpy road in the beginning. With getting along with players, especially you speaking about Cap. Not saying, now mind you, I'm not saying that area, San Francisco, it's a pretty conservative area when it comes to politics.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, it is.
They're liberal as fuck.
Not all of them. No.
Dude, San Francisco, it's the gay capital of the U.S.
Just because
that's
gay.
Pride Central.
Bro, it's quite a few conservatives out there.
In California, yeah, but like San Francisco's, their lifeblood of that city is like pride.
A lot of people don't like all that pride shit.
San Francisco does. Clearly, Nick Bosa doesn't, but
it's a lot of fans that ain't with the movement, okay?
Well, probably for
there's a lot of San Francisco fans that ain't with the movement.
I'm sure.
Right,
yeah.
I'm just saying
that city where he's gonna be because
majority. Yeah, exactly. Majority of the city is very.
Those people in San Francisco, those people who have a problem with it, guess what they do? They keep their fucking mouth shut because they're outnumbered.
That's true.
No straight man wants to get jumped by 5 gay dudes and have their ass whooped because it'll happen. Oh, he's talking shit.
Yes. Hey.
Quack, 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 quack.
I don't. Hey, look, Nick Bosa. I don't really understand what you trying to prove, man. I don't understand what you're trying to prove. Your brother's out there with you in California, with the Chargers.
San Diego.
Yeah. So it would be the perfect situation for you both, but you gotta be a little bit more.
Well, it looks like he just deleted all those tweets.
Yeah, he did.
He also had one about transgender bathrooms.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even.
But he was just, it was stupid. But it's just like, so that's going to piss off the gay community there, I'm sure. And he better not have deleted anything before this because, if you're white and about to get drafted and you have a Twitter history, guess what? That shit's coming out.
It is. It is going to come out.
And, they deserve it. But, so he deleted everything, and then they asked him why, and he said, well, I had to because it looks like I might be getting drafted by the 49ers. So he's going to get drafted by the 49ers is what that tells me, and they made him delete all that stuff.
You gotta do better. You gotta do better, Nikki. You gotta do better. Speaking of California, since we in the state, Oakland, what up?
About to shit on your new receiver.
Antonio Brown. What is up with you, man? Really, something is. You're not a good person, bro. You're not a good person.
No.
You're not a good person. Like that Juju Smith-Schuster stuff you did, that is not. That's not.
You just, man.
That's not the look. That's not the look.
He in the last 6 months, he's kind of shattered every diva, he's completely just taken over the mantle, all-time biggest fucking diva piece of shit at that, and there's been a lot of I don't think a lot of the diva receivers, Randy Moss was considered one for a while, Terrell Owens, Dez Bryant's gotten that, Odell Beckham, right?
Right.
If you put all of the worst things that all of them did combined, it wouldn't equal the last 6 months for this fucking guy. To me, because this guy's a fucking idiot.
Antonio, man, this is crazy. Look, man,
none of those. I've never seen a player just completely violate fucking locker room rules like this. You don't fucking go after your ex teammates. You don't fucking do the shit that he's done. You don't post shit. You don't post videos of locker room celebrations. Right. You don't fucking post recordings of your agent talking to you and you being like, oh, well, how much fucking money will they give up for me? Because that's all I give a fuck about.
He's like, that is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Antonio, at least a second.
You gotta do better. It was a post. So guys, it was a post that was made from the Steelers Steve, big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He talked about how the post was 2018 Steelers most valuable player, Juju Smith-Schuster.
And that's 100% accurate.
I believe that without question. So Antonio Brown, gets into the comments and says, emotion, boy fumbled the whole postseason in the biggest game of the year. Everyone went blind to the busy making guys famous. Not enough reality these days. By the way, check the list. Let me tell you what's the problem with that, Antonio. The problem with that is that happened week 16. The guy fumbled the ball because he was trying to get additional yards. He was making an effort play. To get down the field. You guys were in position to score field goal range. And he's doing whatever he can to show that, hey, listen, I'm here to battle with my guys. Well, he fumbled. They fucking lost.
Happens.
Antonio, because they were playing the Saints. They were playing the Saints in that game.
Yep.
Antonio, instead of Antonio going up to, Juju after he's sitting on the bench crying about it, He's beat up. He's pretty beat up about it because he really believes that it cost him a chance to make the playoffs, and it did. It did ultimately because they lost the game. They needed that win. He's beat up about it. But the problem with Antonio, he's not big enough of a leader to go to him and say, hey, man, I got you, buddy. I got you, man. Hey, don't worry about this. Shake it off. You know what Antonio is doing? He over there having a conversation with Michael Thomas.
So he was smiling, taking pictures, laughing, having a
Gale
time.
Yeah, he over there having a little dance off. Hey,
because he got his fucking stats.
You see me. It's me. It's Antonio.
Yeah.
Antonio, you.
Where the fuck were you the next week?
You's a bitch, homie. You. Yeah, you. That's not real. You're not a real dude like that. I don't care who you hang out with. That don't matter. Like, I know you hang out with Ocho and stuff like that. And I get it. And it's at the end of the day, they say, oh, it's all about the numbers. It's all about the numbers. It's not about the numbers. It's about what you stand for. What you stand on. You know where you from.
Yeah.
They don't act like that. I mean, where you from, like, people ain't like that. You from Florida. And if they are like that, they clowns. We don't hang out with people like that. I told you, that was weak, man. That was a weak move. Juju Smith-Schuster has always showed you love and respect. And he said it. He said he was the biggest fan for your contract to Oakland. He was super excited about the trade. Super excited about you getting paid. And instead of you making, being a bigger man at 30, instead of, going back and forth with this 21, 22-year-old kid, you continue to show you're emotional. You're emotional. But I think Juju did it best by the Mark Twain comment, never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. Because that's what you are. You're a clown out here, Antonio. And I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers organization is excited. They have disassociated themselves with you. I think Oakland is unaware of what they have with you. And you're on a short leash with them. You're on a short leash with them. Because clearly, if John Gruden gets rid of Khalil Mack, shit, anybody can go.
Yeah. He's not going to put up with that shit.
No, he's not.
Which makes it confusing.
Mike Mayock, they not putting up with that shit.
Well, and I got some other fun stats. Since Antonio, all he cares about is stats, I figured I'd bring him
analytical
up.
For him.
So, in Antonio's second year, he had 69 catches for 1,108 yards and 2 touchdowns. Juju had 111, 1,426 yards, 7 touchdowns. So he's better than you at that age.
Check the numbers.
Yeah.
Check the numbers.
Also, last year, guess who had fucking 4 fumbles to Juju's 1? He fumbled 1 time. You're going to point out his 1 fumble? And here's another thing. Guess how many career fumbles he has? 1. 1 fucking fumble. Antonio Brown had 4 last year, has 15 in his career. And you missed week 17.
Because you was a diva.
Yeah. Because you didn't want to fucking do it. For no other reason.
That's sad. It's sad. It's sad because you hate to see a man. Because really, what you're doing is you're forcing people to look up Juju Smith-Schuster's numbers, just based on the fact that you, as a veteran receiver, put that out there.
Well, and then did you also see that he posted a direct message that Juju sent him in college? When Juju was in college, he sent him a message that said, like, hey, I'm a junior receiver for USC, introduced himself, and was like, I really love your game. I would love for, like, if there was any tips you had so I could get better, please help me, with anything that you can. And then he was like, yeah. So, and then fucking Antonio Brown posts that trying to, like, this is how stupid this fucking guy is. Like, that's basically like when the kid writes a letter to, like, his, like clearly you were one of his idols. Like you were one of his role models. Someone he was trying to, you know, you were at his same position. You were the best in the business at it, arguably, and this kid's reaching out to you because he idolizes you, and then it turns out that you're yourself if you're Antonio Brown, which is a fucking just garbage human being, and then you're gonna post that like a kid chasing his dream. Like that's like what is more American than a kid chasing his dream, right? Like it's the American dream.
Yeah, that's
reaches out to his idol helps out, blah blah blah. Like that's a great movie, but in this case, he tries to use that against him.
It said Antonio Brown just put up a 2015 DM from Juju asking for advice.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So clearly, the kid looks up to you.
You can't even give the man enough respect to.
Yeah.
Man, I would never want to play with a player like that.
No,
I would never want to play with.
I would never want to work with anyone like that. I would never want to play with anyone like that. I would never want to be associated with anyone like that.
No, because you know
that goes beyond a game.
Yeah, sometimes, man, when a man, you know, I'm gonna tell you this, and it's one comment I've always lived by, and I believe it to this day. Maya Angelou said it. She said, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them.
Yeah.
Because that's who you are. So people should believe that of you. This is who you are. You've let a ton of people down by your behavior, the way you've acted, and consistently acted. You got to do better. Antonio, you got to do better.
Especially like, you know, I mean, like a guy like Juju comes in, by all accounts, is a class act. Never has caused any problems anywhere. I've never heard him come up and like spotted like any kind of negative commentary. All the coaches always say how great of a kid he is, and then you're gonna. Ryan Clark put it best. Like you go after the kid in his lowest moment, as a fucking second-year player who put up 1,400 yards. Like that's elite production from a second-year guy, and then you just shit all over him. And the rest of the league's pissed off when other players start jumping in now.
I saw Eric Weddle.
Yeah, Eric Weddle, I guarantee you, is one of the most well-respected people in the league. Period. Like as far as the players, like I guarantee it. Guarantee he's one of those guys. And like for guys like that to come out and just be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Right.
Yeah, it's a bad look, man.
And I also heard Marcellus Wiley was defending him. If that's true, it's shame to that. There's no defense. There's no defense.
You can't defend that type of behavior, man. It's unethical.
Yeah. Well, especially with this fucking Juju Smith-Schuster thing.
Yeah.
Like that's all this fucking guy cares about. He didn't have to say anything. Obviously, you weren't the MVP. You fucking sat out the last game because you threw a fit. So, no, you don't get that. Obviously, they're going to pick the guy who's still with the fucking team, you dumbass. What is wrong with you? And your ego is so fucking big that you can't just walk away from that. You got to, just tear down the person for the one fumble they've had in their whole fucking NFL career. You know how hard it is to go 32 games without having a fumble? Or 31, I guess it would be for him.
That's tough.
And it was on a play where he was fucking fighting for his team.
Trying to get to the playoffs.
While you were walking out. And then you want to, as the door's closing, "Oh, fuck you, I was the MVP." Get out of here. So sick of this guy. I really... just really hope he has a horrible year. I hope he is. This goes down as one of the worst trades ever. No offense, Oakland.
It could. I mean, it could if you got Derek Carr. Derek Carr had a tough year last year.
Yeah.
Very tough year. He's coming off an injury. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see how they perform. I'm really going to stay engaged in that.
Yeah.
Because I want to see how it happens. I want to see how it unfolds.
Yeah.
Because, it's going to be a lot different dealing with a Hall of Fame quarterback and dealing with someone who is, I don't see Derek Carr going to the Hall of Fame. That's all I'm saying.
No. And, I wouldn't wish an injury on anyone, but, like, if Antonio Brown breaks his fucking leg, I'm not going to feel bad at all. Like, I'm upset that I felt bad when he had that calf injury a couple years ago. I was like, oh, man, that sucks. He's a good dude. Wrong. Will not feel bad.
Hey.
And, it's like, people are gunning for him until someone hits him so hard that he's hurt. They're not going to feel satisfied, and that's his own fucking fault. Like, people are gunning for him now.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. I'm intrigued by it. You got anything else on the docket, big guy?
I don't think so. Oh, little brother, we were talking about Christian a little bit earlier. His little brother will be making his debut for Nebraska tomorrow. Luke at quarterback. So I'm excited to see that.
Hey, good luck with that. Hey, good luck with your team this weekend, guys. I'm excited to see.
This is the best weekend because no matter what, your team will win.
Yes, absolutely. No losses they giving out this week.
Yeah.
You want to see improvement with your program, and I'm excited to see what my team does.
Yeah, I just need my hit a crack right before we go into the dead period.
Hit the line, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the line. Hey, well, look, man. Congratulations again to Nick Potasnik for the $300 NCAA March Madness bracket. 110 Ocean Drive winner. Yes, sir. We appreciate every one of you all that participated. Continue to follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook at 110 Ocean Drive. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell to get the latest from 110. We got that NIP playing at the end. Hey, it's NIP all year, baby. Month in, month out. NIP, take us away, Alex. It's that way. We love you all.
Look, my nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real nigga celebration. It's a dime block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, granny house with vanilla wafers. It's the remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black nigga trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platforms to explain it. He frustrated so he get faded. But deep down inside he know you can't fade him. How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation? I need some real nigga reparations, or I run up in your bank just for recreation. Dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. It's dedication. Look.
I spent my whole life thinking out the box. Boxing homies 3-on-1, got DP, but I ain't dropped. Chirp on me, here I come. Spin around the block, they blurked on me. Said I ran a stop sign, but that's a lie. I spent my whole life staring at the stage, playing Sega, daddy smoking Sherm, mama playing spades, catching vapors. Grandma said I get some Jordans for my grades, that's my baby. When she died, my heart broke 100 ways. I spent my whole life trying to make it, trying to chase it. The cycle of a black man divided, trying to break it. You take a lost shit, don't cry about it, just embrace it. Mine a setback for major comeback, that's my favorite. My nigga L said you do a song with Nip, K-Dot here better grip. I said here man first, you hear the words out his lips about flourishing from the streets to black businesses. Level 4 y'all living, giving to false imprisonment. Listen close, my nigga, it's bigger than deuces and foes, my nigga. Since elementary, we close, my nigga, you're straight like that. I give you the game, go back to the turf and give it right back. For generations, we've been dealt bad hands with bad plans. Prove your dedication by hopping out Grand Ams. I'm at the premiere, politicking with Top Nip and Snoop. Damn, clock watching the way we grew from dedication. If it ain't congratulate, then it look like hate. If it ain't congratulate, then it look like what Nip said. Hold up.
Look, this ain't entertainment, it's 4 niggas on a slave ship, these soldiers are spirituals I swam against them waves with. Ended up on shore to their amazement. I hope the example I set's not contagious. Lock us behind gates but can't tame us. Used to be stay safe, now stay dangerous. Cause ain't no point playing defense, nigga. That's why I dove off the deep end, nigga, without a life jacket. Couple mil, tour the world, all my life cracking. Cook the books, bring it back so it's no taxes. Royalties, publishing, plus our own masters. I'd be damned if I slave for some white crackers. I was mapping this out, I hit the heights backwards. Hopping out the 85 and Reebok classes. Ran a couple marathons just to get established. To make it happen, you got to have dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. It's dedication.